Hello, welcome to my super easy tutorial for pumpkin spice frosting. I'm using my recipe for my American buttercream. I'll put the link to the tutorial for that down in the description. I'm making the large batch, so I'm using 8 sticks of softened butter. You probably aren't going to need that much, so make sure you check out the measurements there. I always add a little bit of salt just to offset the sweetness. Don't use quite this much if you're making one of the smaller batches. Looking back at this recipe, I would honestly use less vanilla, if any, compared to the regular recipe because we're going to add a pumpkin spice creamer and that had a little bit of flavor itself. Now let's mix, and if you want the buttercream to be more white, you can whip it at a higher speed for a little longer. What I've learned with American buttercream is that the more you whip the butter, the more white your frosting will be, and don't forget to scrape down the sides as you go. Now we can add the sugar. For this large batch, it is 7 cups of powdered sugar. Always start off low, or else you're going to get a big poof, this giant cloud of powdered sugar. Now we can add the rest of the sugar. I kind of cheat a little bit. See how I'm using 2 bags? I just pour out the excess sugar that I won't need, making it 7 cups if I put the 2 bags inside. If that doesn't make sense, again, just check out my tutorial for American buttercream. And now for the best trick ever, we can use coffee creamer. Usually in my buttercream, I use heavy whipping cream. You could also use a regular cream or milk, but I found out if you use a flavored creamer, it's absolutely delicious. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't measure how much liquid I put into my frosting. Here, I think I put about 4 tablespoons, just to start off small. But if you need your frosting to be a little more soft, you can add more. I wanted more flavor than the creamer provided, so I added cinnamon and nutmeg. Those 2 ingredients are what you always find in pumpkin spice flavors. That's the spice part. And for this, I just added it to taste. And this is my first time ever making this recipe, so I sprinkled a little bit to start, but you'll see that I added more as I was tasting it. Now check out how your frosting tastes. You might want to add more spices, or you might be happy with how it tastes now. I wanted to add more salt because it was a little sweet, and this is how I mentioned before that I might want to leave out the vanilla next time, or just use a little bit less. Another taste. And some more spices. I completely underestimated how much I would need, but if you're making a smaller batch, you're not going to use this much. Once I absolutely loved the flavor, I went to decorating a cake. and it was super smooth, easy to work with, and I paired it with my coffee cake. If you look at the video, I think before this one, it's how I did that using a quick little hack with box mix, and that coffee cake wasn't too sweet. So even though I think this frosting had a little bit much vanilla, it paired so well with the coffee, and this was just like a pumpkin spice latte. Absolutely delicious, so I highly recommend checking out that coffee flavor video.